Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Jade. What's
Jade.
up there today?
I got her button up. I'm sorry, I had to get into my clothes real quick there.
That is maybe the most beautiful backdrop I've ever seen in doing a Zoom interview of hundreds of interviews. Wow. How long have you lived there?
I haven't lived. We're actually just visiting right now, like some family. So my father-in-law has a house down here, and we're just kind of staying in that. And I guess it's a bit of a vacation.
A staycation. Cool. And
Yeah.
congratulations on the release of your self-titled record. How long was it done for before you put it out?
Oh, I'd say we went to down to Nashville like right before the pandemic broke out, and got all the songs recorded. And so I guess the last two were done down there right before the pandemic, but all the other songs have been recorded for what feels like forever.
Recording in Nashville and all that, do you encounter any Canadians down there, or is it just a totally different scene?
Well, there's tons of Canadians down there as well, so it's kind of like a diverse musical world down there. There's all walks of life and genres, so it's really cool to go down there and hang out and listen to everything that's down there. I guess it's Music City for a reason, I guess, but it's so cool. Tons of Canadians too, though.
Had you ever been to Nashville before signing with Universal?
Yeah, I went down there to try and record, I guess like a little EP or whatnot, and so I went down there and scratched a couple nickels together and got down there and recorded a couple songs, and it's such a wonderful experience.
Great. Any idea what it was that led Universal to signing you? Because in the olden days, I'm going to show my age here. In the olden days of music, it used to be, well, we gave our demo to an attorney, and then the attorney knew the attorney at that record label, and that doesn't happen anymore. And it's not like you have 12 albums out. So I'm guessing you had one or two songs in the SoundCloud, and the label found it or something like that?
I won a competition called Boots and Hearts, and at the time, Universal, there's a deal. If you won, then the label puts out a single for you, and we released a single, and upon doing that, they decided to sign me, which was such an amazing moment. Like when you put the pen to paper on the contract, it's always the coolest moment.
What age was it where you kind of decided, I'm going to be a musician whether or not I make it?
I think I was 21, and I was living in Calgary, Alberta, doing trades. And I was kind of like, all right, well, I got halfway through my trade about, and this is like, I'm not going to be young forever. I could always pick this up again. And so I was like, I got to try the music thing, move back home, and, live with parents and played all the different bars and stuff, which was, it was a crazy experience. It feels like it takes forever to get there, but it just feels like it took so quick.
Now, I know a bit about Calgary, but from the town or the area you're from, had anyone else ever been signed before?
From the town I'm from, I actually am, there's so much talent around where I grew up. So I'm from a town called Millbrook, Ontario. So right down the road, like probably a mile away, there's a guy named Jimmy Bowskill who plays steel guitar and does vocals for the Sheepdogs. And then also in the same town is Serena Ryder. So they're actually, if you're pulling into the town, it'll say her name right on the sign. And then there's tons of other guys like right up the road, 20 minutes in Peterborough. You got like Sebastian Bach, who played in
Skid Row.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. I'm missing a ton. There's tons of talent, but it's pretty crazy.
Don't you and the Sheepdogs have something in common there, that I think they got their record deal by winning a contest through Rolling Stone?
Oh, maybe I didn't know that.
Well, I guess contests can lead to good things. That's what we're learning here. And this is a compliment I don't know if you've ever heard before, but you have one of the coolest names I've ever heard. If I hear the name Jade Eagelson, is he an action star? Is he a country singer? Is he a NASCAR driver? I don't know what he is. Have you always liked your name?
I did. I mean, growing up with the name like Jade, I was always kind of like, oh, like shoot, like this kind of it's feminine, right? So I got teased a little bit, and then I grew into it eventually. I like it now.
Cool. So your new album is self-titled. Was it always the plan for it to be self-titled, or was there a working title at any point?
We all agreed that it was, since it's a debut album, this album kind of embodies me. So, we went with the self-titled because it's kind of like, everyone's getting to know me. This is my name, this is my music, and we thought that was just a clear choice.
And your new music video really opens up about who you are and where you come from and who's around you. Did you have any kind of hesitation for showing all that about yourself so early into your career?
Oh no, I'm pretty proud of my family and where I come from. So it was, a part of me is obviously, a part of where I grew up, and my family plays a huge role in who I am as a individual.
Is that the actual trailer where you lived that you show in the video?
We did. My wife and I lived there for a time. So we decided to move into a house or into the parents again, I guess. Because we woke up one morning and I went to take a sip of water and it's frozen solid. And I was like, yeah, we should probably go somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, the old stereotype of Canada just being very cold. Did that ever lead you to thinking, maybe I got to move someplace warmer?
Yeah, it definitely did. We were planning to move to Nashville before all the craziness happened. So it was, we can wait until it dies down a little bit, but Nashville is definitely on the list. And part of the reason is because of how cold it gets here.
Yeah, sad but true and all that. So credit to you. You've been breaking some records early into this release in terms of how quick your music has been generating traffic and streams and views and all that. Were any of those things really surprising for you? Because you seem kind of like a modest guy.
They're all surprising, but it's like anytime I put music out, I don't have any I don't have any expectations or anything, and I keep like pretty level headed. So when moments like this happen or big moments happen, it's just it's such a rewarding feeling. And it's crazy. I never thought that we'd be pulling off some of the things that we are, but I'm really grateful that we are.
When I think about the legends of country music, somebody like George Strait, for example, he has a popular tequila on the market. Do you have aspirations to kind of do all that or any of that besides the music?
I mean, the best liquor is always the super old. So I mean, if I started now, I could have maybe a Scotch line in like 20 years. But for now, it's I just have to wait and see.
Aspirations. Do you have any acting plans, or really is it music and Scotch?
I think it's music and Scotch for now. I think acting was I learned the hard way that I'm not the best actor in some of the music videos we put out. So I can do this stuff when I'm performing on stage, but as soon as I have to, act it out, it's a whole other story.
I'm not criticizing your acting personally. I have not seen any of the outtakes, but it seemed very natural in your latest music video when you're just talking with your wife on camera like that. Was all that first take?
Yeah, it was pretty natural. We just kind of acted like we normally do. So it's pretty easy to do. It's not hard to show how much I love her.
And what does she do for a living? I assume she's a private person and all that, but she's not in the entertainment industry?
She was a model and an actress as well. And, now she's full-time mom duties, but and she's the best mom ever. But she was prior to this doing the modeling stuff. And we actually met through that on the music video to Got Your Name on It. And that's how we met and kind of got things started.
Yeah, you do mention that at the beginning that you met on the set of the music video, but I didn't know if she was a costumer, if she was a unit publicist or anything like that. Are both of you the first entertainment-oriented people in your family for careers?
I guess for careers, yeah. I mean, my mom actually is a musician as well, and she had a career with it for some time as well. So I guess it's kind of all over. I mean, my both sides of my family have tons of talent, and as far as hers go, just the same.
And then shifting it towards you, what was the first album that you bought with your own money?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was a vinyl, because normally I just I had the computer or something else. But when I started getting into vinyl, I think the first album I bought, And it was not all that long ago. I think it was probably like a Randy Travis record. I think it's Old 8 by 10.
So you were never
Oh, I'm wrong, man. It's all the Shania records. I went and I cleaned the shop out of Shania records. Now I'm remembering.
Well, the interesting thing about her ex-husband, Mutt, is he produced some of the best hard rock albums of all time, including Back in Black, which just had its 40th anniversary. Were you a fan of any of his work besides Shania?
Oh, definitely. Def Leppard, Bryan Adams, AC/DC as well is a big one. He's just all over the map, and he's such a talented guy.
Yeah, and you just mentioned Def Leppard. They had probably 10 years ago a great Crossroads special where I forget which country artist they were collaborating with, but they got to show their country roots, and then the country artists got to show their hard rock roots. Any collaborations we may ever see between you and other artists?
I'm always open to collaborations. So, if it happens, it happens. That'd be something super. I'm banking on Van Halen, but that'd be kind of cool. We'll see.
Well, as somebody who has a secret podcast just about David Lee Roth, I do want to hear about that, and I do hope that happens.
I'm glad that you're a David Lee guy. That's good.
Oh, yeah. My wife and I flew to see him in Las Vegas back in January before this all happened. So anyone who likes David Lee Roth and Van Halen is a friend of mine for life. So I'll ask two quick questions, and then you're free. And the first one is, with being quarantined and stuck at home, you're obviously not on the road and doing all sorts of press all the time as much. Any TV shows or films that you could recommend to people hearing and or reading this?
I was a huge fan of Vikings, and I streamed through all of those different things. I got the accent and everything going to drive my wife nuts. So that for me was an awesome show, and I can't wait for the next season to come in.
You're not the first person to say Vikings with that response there, so thank you. And the closing question, Jade, any last words for the kids?
Yeah, just dream and, whatever you aspire to be. It's crazy because when I was a kid, I was like, I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to play music, and it's crazy. If you get into high school and everything, and everyone's telling you what careers to do, but, at the end of the day, you just got to follow your heart. You're actually doing it. Well, thank you so much for your time. And when this all ends, I hope to see you live in New York. Yeah, thanks so much for having me, and I really appreciate it. Paltrocast.